So the next step in our use of 2D design is to use it to help us to draw isometric drawings in case we want to. So the first step on this, obviously zoom back out to your page, double click on your grid, make sure your spacing is back to 10, and then click on isometric, this one here, and it will change it to the isometric grid that we know from our drawing practice. So what I'm going to do with this now is I'm going to draw first of all an isometric box, nice and easy. Making sure I pay attention to how big it is. So that's 80, and then go down here, that's 100, and I'm just going to finish drawing this up so it gives me a perfectly good crate to start a drawing of a block. Here we go. Like so. Once I've got this, I can maybe start cutting off sections like this, and once I've done that, I can draw in the parts that I'm missing, which is here. That was 80, so I make sure I measure my triangles and then go straight up 80 here, and then that is pretty much all I need. So I'm going to hit the trim tool, obviously click and hold down, you want the trim, and then we can delete these parts here. Once I've done that, I can just bring this drawing out on the page again, so I can hold down shift, I select all these lines around the outside, and the ones where the spider can't be seen as he climbs over. And once I've got that sorted, I'm going to go to up here where it says line. I click on line and I'm going to make it thicker. I'm just going to make it 1 millimeter, which gives it a bit more of thickness to make it stand out. Which is what we did with our thicker lines when we drew it by hand. Now I've got this, I'm going to bring it out, I'm going to do some rendering in the computer. Now I do it very, very basic, and I go to boundary fill, which is this tool here, and I'm going to go to fill, and I'm going to choose a color. So I'm going to choose just a basic blue, so a nice mid-tone blue, and I hit OK, and then I'm going to choose my medium side, so I choose my light to come from here, so this is going to be medium, this one here. So ask me for any islands. There's no gaps in my filling, so I'll say no, and that fills that side in. And then I'm going to do the same thing again, and I'm going to define my custom color, and then I'm going to make it lighter, okay, quite a bit lighter. Hit OK, and then I'm going to fill in my top. There's no islands, so I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to do it again with my darker shade, just by doing define custom colors again. Scroll all the way down, go quite dark, hit OK, and then fill in that one, and then fill in that one, and that gives me my nice and easy shaded. Now what we can do with this is you can draw your basic shapes from when you want to do some drawings, some more complicated drawings, and you can use this as a tracing sheet. Sometimes it is easier to set up these drawings in the computer first and then use them as a tracing tool for your own drawing later. Just see how you get on and give it a go.